Thank you so much.
Okay, Sam, welcome back.
Thank you.
Year one's over, and you guys proved that you can compete with the highest teams in this very tough division. Just now, year two, what's the mentality? What's the expectations going in?
Well, we know how we did last year, so I feel like the expectation and the standard has been set to get back there and hopefully beyond. But also, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new people in and out, so how can we keep everyone on the same page, like keep the standard high, get people to meet the standard, hold ourselves to the standard. So just looking forward to having fun and just going out there.
And yeah, a lot of leaders are back, yourself. We talked to a few. Just what does that do for the younger players coming in here?
I'll share a story. So from Zoe last year, Zoe Franks, I believe. She's at UCSB right now, and she popped in for like a spring training over spring break before she comes back and like rejoins us. And she told a couple of us like, yo, everything you explained to me about college and what I could expect, the level, the energy, how tired I might be, how hard it's going to be. You guys are all spot on, and I actually felt more prepared for it than I thought I would. And hearing that was super powerful to me because a lot of last year was like building the culture, making everyone feel comfortable. A lot of us were like reclaiming our relationship with soccer and being in like an organized setting again. So to have to like deal with that last year personally, but know that like as a group we were able to kind of like send that message to the youngers, and it's like happening in college for them is really, really special to see. That's what it's about. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was wondering, so you're captain this season. I don't know if you were last season, but I was wondering, what are you going to bring in terms of leadership on and off the pitch for this season? Like, what are some new lessons you're going to teach the team?
Yeah, so for me, like one of my personal goals this season is just continuing to be comfortable with my voice, especially like in a leadership position. So how can I effectively communicate, but I'm also a huge like positive reinforcer. I love just like the optimism and just like pinpointing the things that are going well, and then having the side talks for things that aren't maybe going as well, but just continuing to be like brave and confident to share like that wisdom and knowledge that I have had living in me just naturally with years of soccer. So just working on that and hoping like they could also feel comfortable and empowered to use their voice and speak up when they see, because what they see is just as valuable as what us leadership people see as well. So creating a safe space.
Sam Cheney from Associated Press. Nice to meet you. You just referenced, I believe, saying reclaiming our relationship with soccer.
Yeah.
How did you? Because you're one of the older gals on the team.
24 and up club, 25 and up club. That's what we call ourselves.
But have been out of school for a handful of years now, right?
Yeah, 4 years for me. Yeah.
You graduated 4 years ago.
2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I had the COVID spring.
Right. So you did not even walk at Stanford then. No. Okay. That's had to be strange.
It's all right. So its own little grieving process.
Yes.
But we made it.
But how did you? Because you probably thought you were done playing soccer.
Yeah, I did, and I was super burnt out, just like with the nature of college athletics and all of that. And so I even had a fifth year that I decided not to take at Stanford or anywhere else, just because I was. And then COVID happened, so it worked out. Right. But the whole reclaiming piece came from taking the space, and then I started coaching during COVID, coaching the youngers, and realizing just like the fundamental of soccer is like the basics, having fun, moving around, being outside. So seeing them enjoy it helped me enjoy it. Then I just got into the pickup league in the parks and just like with random people bonding over soccer. And then slowly, when I made the move over here, I just kept finding ways into the pickup world. And it was like divine timing that when I was starting to get more of the competitive itch, I saw an ad for Soul. And I was super nervous, but I was like, okay. And then it all kind of just fell into place that way. And then the second phase of the healing process came to actually being back in organized soccer with the coach, with other teammates, and it was such a positive, healthy, like empowering experience, just like how we're treated, how we're talked to as people and as players and women. So it's that confirmed that organized soccer can be fun and safe. So
where did you see that ad?
Good question. I think it was on Twitter. Yeah.
And how long between when you saw that and you put your name in the mix?
It was probably within a couple days. I saw it, took a screenshot, slept on it, and then this was pre-tryouts or anything, and I just saw that it was popping up, so I actually had emailed any contact I found. So it was like Jenna Lamb and Jordan, and so they kind of just, oh hey, got your email, come on in. We talked about it, and they're like, this is what's happening, this is what we're building. Tryouts will be in the spring. We would love if you could show up then, and that's kind of how it all started rolling.
Where were you in this meantime, right?
Yeah.
Before you started coaching to get kind of your love back?
Yeah.
You graduated with what degree?
Psychology. So
were you using that at all for a period of time?
Yeah, so when the soul thing popped up on my radar,
Yeah.
I was no longer coaching. I had made the move over here, and then I was working, and still am working at the same place, a high school called Life Academy in the Fruitvale district.
Oh.
And so that was kind of my first work experience outside of the soccer world. That wasn't coaching, blah, blah, blah. And I've been able to kind of use my psych and just like, I love working with people, so, and with youth. So that's kind of been, that's where I was at then, and that's where I'm still at now. So yeah, it's a great place to be.
Come right.
Just across the drawbridge, yep. Yeah, super nice.
That's awesome.
10 minutes. And our purple jersey is like, the art and everything is inspired off the Fruitvale district. Yeah, and so I learned that, and it just felt extra special. And like I've been plugging up my whole school, being like, y'all, that purple jersey you saw me in, that's like your neighborhood, that's our neighborhood. So they've just been eating it up and just loving it, so it's extra special.
That's
yeah,
that helps grow the game.
for sure.
And-
And soccer is huge. All the kids, like for example, this week watching the Champions League game, it's like, okay, I walk into fourth period, school's about to end, or sorry, the school year's about to end. I pop into class, a kid knows that I like watching soccer, nothing's going on, immediately comes, pulls up next to me, puts the game on, and we're watching it together. So they love soccer, they love that like the Oakland roots and soul are around, and they're all just like, when's the next game? Like, when can we watch? So it's a really big deal that we have this just across the way.
So are you a counselor at the school?
I'm technically, it's called an instructional support specialist,
Okay.
and I work within the Counseling Enrich program. So I work with kids who have like the legal IEPs and they need the specific supports in class, and I kind of just bounce around like with the cohort of 12 to 15, 9th to 12th graders, and whatever needs are happening that day. I'm like, okay, I'm learning physics today, or okay, we're writing a World War II paper today. So it's really fun. I joke I get paid to like go to school again without any of the pressure.
I want to fist bump you for that, because I
Thank
have
you.
2 teenage girls, and
Yeah.
thank you for what you do for these kids.
Oh, they've taught me so much. So yeah.
Did you want to get back into it? Is that what you wanted to do when you graduated?
So I actually am thinking of going back to school eventually for MFT counseling, but I didn't know if I wanted to be in the school environment. I just got randomly placed as a one-on-one aide last year into that school, but then got rehired this year to be directly through Oakland Unified. But working in a school confirmed that I don't think I want to be a teacher, at least right now. I love our teachers, but that's just a lot. But I would love to be a counselor or a therapist maybe. So.
I mean, being on the team and having a career, it teaches you a special work-life balance that's
sure.
very unique, especially in this month and a half
Yeah.
that we have here. Just what did you learn last year? What do you apply this year?
If anything, I learned that like all the tools and skills needed to like get through a period of time like this have already been living in me from like the moment I was 7 or 8 years old and decided to make competitive soccer my thing. Just always that balance has been my life. So it takes a moment to get back into it, but it's been even more fun sometimes in like college and youth soccer, because now I'm like an adult and I get to come here and have social hour with my friends before practice while we roll out and just run around and exercise. So it's been a huge reframe of like, yeah, maybe one day this could be a job, but it doesn't feel like a job in the sense of like the woes of the world, of the working world. So that's been a really, really refreshing feeling. And it hasn't been too hard to balance, especially since it's all
Right.
connected,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's huge.
You know, coach and other players have mentioned there is a goal in mind.
Yeah.
They want to win at the highest, they possibly can. Get some silverware.
Of course.
Just for you, what is the mentality like going into this year?
Just win, like just keep it going, like keep the level high, like be brave, be confident, like don't back down. Just can we win? Like I don't know how else to say it other than just like
win back?
compete,
Yeah.
hit hard, go in hard, and just take care of business and entertain a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're here for.
So the first year was pretty special,
Yeah.
like, especially like off, the support you had off the field and everything like that.
Yeah.
What are you kind of expecting? What are you hoping for this year?
Good question. Honestly, the standard again was just set so high last year that if we have that same standard and like the same care that we've been treated with, it's been really positive experience. So I'm sure there's a few things where here and there we're like, oh, we're a little cold, can we break it down inside? But like just voicing that, Jess is like, oh yeah, sure, okay, we'll go. So nothing too crazy, but we're treated really well here, considering the fact that this is like season 2. We're still like the pre-professional, no contracts, all of that. So it's not too bad. I like it here.
And with the Super League on the horizon,
Yeah.
it's important to get the Coliseum. Just
Yeah.
as a local athlete, why would you say it's important to secure the Coliseum for other girls, other athletes?
Gotta keep sports in Oakland. Like if we play in the Coliseum, that means we're staying in Oakland. So just the thought of like a historic landmark like the Coliseum being able to now have this new chapter of soccer, which I think is vital in Oakland. I think it's gonna be like a new breath of fresh air, and so I'm super excited that moves for the Coliseum are gonna be made, and that obviously like gives us the ability to join the W League and have that infrastructure. So I think it's great. Like if Bart will stop at Coliseum, I will be taking if I'm playing, I would love to take Bart and just walk over the bridge into the Coliseum. So yeah.
Awesome.
And also it's like way more local, it's easier for everyone to get to. I just think of all the students who can come. Like we have limited tickets at Merritt just by the nature.
Yeah.
But like, it's easier to, I think, with the public transportation sometimes to get to Coliseum. So yeah.
So Sam,
Yes.
the experience you have working with high school kids who might be struggling with something or need extra support in this or that,
Yeah.
how has that made you a better soccer player and leader for this group of women? Because some of them are still high school
Yeah,
students.
we got
and-
sophomores who I didn't even know were sophomores until like week 2, and I was like, oh, okay. But if anything, it's taught me just like how important everyone is, like their role. Like you can learn something from anyone regardless of like age, whatever. And I've learned so much from the high schoolers that I work with, just about like how they navigate their worlds, how resilient and resourceful they unfortunately need to be sometimes, but like reminding them that those have positive things to them. So I've learned so much from the high schoolers, and all I want to do is just like give back and realize that like they inject positivity and great things into the world, and it doesn't really feel like that sometimes when you're a high schooler. So if I can be someone just like reminding them of like all the value that you have, like there's only one of you, like if not you then who, like only you can do what you can do, that's like important to me. I'm like an older sister, so it's always kind of been that way, and I just want them to feel empowered and like not be afraid to use their voice and speak up and take space, especially as like a young woman or girl in this world, and also not even just like as an athlete. So
That's great.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
I love that.
yeah.